So word on the block is TikTok is going under. Doesn't mean anything to me. They banned the first video I tried to make, but now I get to laugh a little bit. Anyways, this is my Glock 35 that I'm converting to a Glock 34. There's technically two ways to convert it. One, I already did, which is just replacing the barrel, turning it into a 9mm instead of the 40 caliber. The second way to convert it is technically just replacing the entire slide for a Glock 34 assembly. Now, being a gun owner is fun. Working on guns, even more fun. Being a gun owner in a blue state, not so fun. Ordering parts for guns to a blue state, not fun at all. We're talking about a state that'll book you on hate crimes for sneezing on a rainbow painted sidewalk. I'd say the biggest problem with it though is not being able to shoot your gun how you want to at shooting ranges. Pretty much every single shooting range that you can go to around here, there is 0 rapid fire. And I don't know how many criminals you know that are gonna wait for you to line your shot up, but I don't really know too many. Now, I bought this sight pusher for $45. There are cheaper ones around the $30 range, but this one seemed really quality and had really good reviews. You can also see how easy it is to use. It's a whole lot of twisting and turning, but once you get it all secure in there, it's as easy as just twisting this knob until it's all set. Now that I finally have the slide fully disassembled, I'm going to pull out the new slide. This is a Hooper Gunworks slide for a Glock 34, completely stripped down, but it does have the channel liner in it, which is kind of nice. One thing I wanted to do off rip was polish the slide rails themselves just so it had easier manipulation, just smoother overall action. I didn't have the right tool to polish the inside of the slide rails, so I did what anybody that works on cars does if they don't have the right tool. I made one. Now, after a quick polishing, making sure not to press too hard so I don't ruin the Cerakote job, I gave it a quick wipe down and then oiled the slide itself. Oiling the slide provides an extra protective coating on the outside of the Cerakote, making sure it doesn't rust or let moisture through or anything like that. You should really oil any slide that you have. It is now time for reassembly, so I start off with the plunger, the extractor, and the extractor pin. Moving on, I go to throw the firing pin in and instantly hit an issue.
Oh, you're fucking joking. You gotta be fucking joking right now.
So now I'm upset, heavy breathing, contemplating if I should have done this in the first place, and it slides right in. I didn't think too much about it after that. The firing pin fit, and I was happy with that. So I got back to putting the slide back together. Started off with the front sight, screwed it down, and then moved on to the back sight, and used the sight pusher to realign it. At this point, everything was looking good. All the slide internals are back together, and it just has to be reassembled. Sadly, I didn't think about one thing.
Damn.
Sadly, I had a conversion barrel for a Glock 35 to go to 9mm, making it a way thicker barrel than just a regular 9mm barrel. Looks like I had to go back to the internet and grab a couple more things before I could finish this build. Now, it took about a week for all the extra parts to come in that I needed and or wanted. I ended up opting out for a compensated barrel, a 15-pound guide rod spring, and NDZ internals for the Glock 34 slide. It was actually really convenient going with the NDZ internals because those are made right in my own state. At this point, I was feeling pretty good. I had a bunch of new parts in front of me, I had way more than what I needed to finish the job, and I knew that this slide was going to be done today. It was a great feeling. Everything is on the right track, and nothing could really go wrong. Except that went wrong. But I took a breather. I got myself together. No, I didn't find that other spring cup anywhere, but I had extras. But now it was actually time to put the gun back together. So I went ahead, put the barrel in, the guide rod, and then put the slide back on top of the lower. everything was looking really good. The gun looks like it really came together, but it still seemed like it was just missing one thing. This is an O sight. I got it to match the O light that I already have on the gun. It has the same footprint as the HoloSun 507C. It also has a very comparable large window to the 507C. It just has a very friendly price point to it. And given its price point, the packaging for this thing was absolutely phenomenal. Now, when it comes to something like longevity, only time is going to be able to tell with something like that, but I have seen that 90% of the reviews said this was a phenomenal sight. The one bad review that I did see about it, with the sight flying off of the back of the gun, just sounded like he didn't tighten it down enough. And that in itself just goes to show why torque specs are pretty important. So now, needless to say, the gun ended up coming out pretty good. Everything looks really clean with it, and I genuinely can't complain about the overall look. Besides the gold. I'm not a fan of the gold now that it's not an all black gun, so in the near future I do plan on changing that. But I do appreciate you for watching the video. Leave a like if it's something that you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're interested on what I'm going to do with it in the future.